All right, Pike said 1v everybody. Let's go. Hey guys, it's your girl Lanisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're here with another reaction to The Legend of Vox Machina. We're on season 4, episode 10, which is called The Poisoned Ear. So the last episode was kind of crazy. We had the group follow a lead to try to figure out where they could find more of what was going on with the Whispered Ones cult. It led them to another spinning orb of doom and recognizing that it in fact can act as a portal as well as an anti-magic barrier. And they came up with a plan that was supposed to basically shut down this orb and hopefully take out a good chunk of the followers along with it, but that plan did not go the way that they wanted, and we ended up losing a member of the team. We lost Grog, so that's still rough, but you know, that's unfortunately something that quite surprisingly you would have thought would have happened sooner. But you know, as I said in that episode, I think Grog went out the way he wanted to, which was protecting Pike, so the group will have to take their time to process that when they can, but for now they got to press forward and try to figure out where Pike is so she can get support, because she followed Delilah into the orb because she is now very hell-bent on revenge. So ready to jump into this episode. Let's do that. Just before I do, please do hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And also, if you'd like to catch an uncut version of this reaction, you can do so on my Patreon. All right, that out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now.
She went through the portal, and Grog, he was... Are they both dead?
No. Pike was wearing a medallion.
No portal, no way to follow. There's just...
Gone. It's hopeless.
Stop panicking!
Okay.
But there is a way to get to Pike.
Yeah, we gotta move with what we know.
Delilah has clearly been using the orbs to travel to this other realm, this far and farther. Well, we have an orb of our own.
Ooh, not the dark glasses.
Then we'll just have to wake it back up.
I told y'all closed it a little too soon. I get
Wherever
why
she
you wanted
is.
to. Oh God, this place is
Pike stays
horrible.
alive till we find her.
Oh, I think Pike's able to do that.
All right, you fucks. Let's finish this.
All right, Pike said 1v everybody. Let's go. I'm Team Pike. I don't know. Probably not the faith I should have, but you know, why not? Why not? I gotta take a win somewhere.
The Whispered One awaits you.
Yeah, he actually wants you.
Friends of yours, waiting for your false idol to materialize?
Waiting for you.
Yeah, you kind of gave him what he wanted on a platter, unfortunately. That's why you don't move in anger. I don't kneel to no man. You must be crazy.
Pike, it's good to see a friendly face.
Die. Don't let the face fool you, Pike.
This is a bad dream. Vox Machina does not lose.
Oh. Yeah, they do.
But not teammates. Friends.
That's true. It's the first time we've lost a core team member.
Is anyone else having trouble breathing?
I wish I could say it gets easier. Talking helps. But right now, yeah.
Supposed to hurt, indeed.
hurt.
Ooh, she's looking
Gross.
good.
Easy now.
There's no time to worry about me.
Oh, that's kind of impossible.
First, we find Pike. Until then, everything else can wait.
All right.
Pike and Grog's sacrifice will never be forgotten.
It was an impossible task. They carried us all on their shoulders.
They did.
So too can this horror finally come.
This they part, though. Pike's still alive.
With the other orb destroyed, the way is shut. It's over.
Is it?
Pike is still trapped. We could reach her through the ziggurat orb. She could be alive over there.
Your optimism is admirable, but the risk of reactivating
They're not
the
completely
orb is
wrong about
far
this.
too
We're
great.
waiting greater good here.
Perhaps consider that we know nothing about Tharam Fala
Can
or
we
its
not find
origin.
out? Can we not ask the Cobalt about this? This is a pretty big reason to open the library again.
Probably long dead.
Enough!
Ooh, too soon.
I've left loved ones behind before. I swore I would never make that mistake again.
Can't argue that point.
As belief in me has grown, so has my strength.
Great.
I've been able to apparate in your realm to a select few.
Ah, that's how it's working.
You lied! To them! To me! To my grandfather!
You know what?
Now you die!
Wait, that's different.
Mm,
There are things you need to know.
More lies?
exactly.
No more secrets. After all, you let my friend Xerxes speak.
Oh, yep, we're going back to hell.
That's what set all this in motion. Can you blame him for wanting to break the cycle of pain and indifference? Isn't that what you want too?
Yeah, let's not.
You are undermining my position.
It's just some sibling stuff. They'll be fine.
I
They'll be
should
fine.
stop them before we're down another Dorolo.
She's all about
I know
dangerous,
siblings fight.
exactly,
All too
dangerous
well.
siblings fights.
Sometimes
That's
a
kind of her
sympathetic
thing.
ear is all that's needed.
You're probably gonna
Be
get
here
hit
in
with
the
something. Yeah.
Cassandra is absolutely right.
He's like, oh.
In his absence, you have single-handedly led this city back to prosperity.
She knows. Just let her land, Purse. Let her land.
Well, thank goodness he married up.
Damn.
Have you lost?
She lied. It's okay. Let it go.
We are absolutely going through.
Yeah.
that
She's like, I
suffering.
just need your sister off our backs. Duh.
Allow me to show you around.
Your hellscape? I'd rather not. The only thing I can see him getting her on, truthfully, is that if he says he can bring Grog back, she might buckle.
I didn't choose to be here. I was forced.
Yeah, because you're a psychopath. Next.
You didn't see everything, my dear. Only what the
Don't
gods
call me dear.
wanted you to see.
What do you want?
Answers. Same as you.
Freedom, so you can enslave everybody. It's the same thing. You, Chroma Conclave, is all the same.
We're both trying to fix things and both refuse to accept when we're told we can't. I don't resent this prison. I wish to change it.
You want to open it up so the entire world's a hellscape. Yeah, I've been there before.
To give people power over their own fate. But that went against someone's plan. I'll never understand why the gods would impede that.
Okay.
But I don't buy them.
Then may I show you something?
Oh, more things? More visions that are probably manipulated by you? Sure. Told ya. Told ya. This is how he gets everyone. This is exactly how he does it.
You can bring him back? How?
What did I say? So easy.
The children of truth have done horrid things. But my followers understood that if we succeed, none of it.
That's
will
not the
matter.
way wrong and right works. Okay.
Divine energy funneled here and used to bring them back. All I've ever dreamed of is ending the pain of losing those who mean the most to us.
Okay. And what if people don't want to be immortal?
Pike, I am trying.
You
to
can't cure death.
death.
Because this isn't life. What's
So
going
will
on
you
here
listen
is
to
not
my
life.
story?
No! But you don't have much choice anyway, do you? It's not like you can just go home.
Luckily, I happen to be in love with you, and I'm totally amazing.
What's this?
An elixir that can reverse divine curses.
We hope.
We can't trust anything that comes from her.
But the matron is okay? At least Delilah was fighting for someone other than herself.
That is a valid point.
If we're heading into who knows what in Tharum
I feel like you can try it. What's the worst that can happen?
Consider it.
It's not like it can get any worse, right? I probably just jinxed it. I mean, even if it may not cure it, but even if it slows it down, that's helping, no?
Darling.
The key will be doing it without raising an alarm. My sister has Pale Guard posted atop the ziggurats.
Luckily, the underground tunnel should work nicely.
And you do have a tunneler.
In no way spiraling that if these aren't perfect, more of my truest friends will be turned into tapioca.
Hmm. You need to narrate for him again, Purse.
I can't do this.
You
All I
can't.
see are Pike and Grog's faces. They were the first ones who accepted me, who treated me like a hero.
Sarcastically, but yes.
But you're more than a story to me.
Oh?
You've held your own in darkest times and done it shining like a gem.
Love the
You're
metaphor.
not some hero from fiction.
Let him
You're
know.
the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
You are Tyrion Darrington of Vox
Vox
Machina.
Machina, baby! Look at that. That was a cute speech.
Our blood is special.
Our.
It tells our story. Bad. Before the calamity.
Well, his version of it anyway.
My studies of the arcane led me to a beautiful, talented woman
Mm-hmm.
whose grief over her lost loved ones matched my own.
Mm. It's always an Eve complex, right? The woman is who got you there. Okay.
Their silence only fueled our passion for knowledge and our love for each other.
Mm.
So we vowed to find a way to create a new world.
Why couldn't you have done that on your own and left us out of it then, though? That's the point.
But the gods could not stand to be questioned. Their way was the only way.
Matron in the front.
She was taken from me as punishment.
Was that what it was?
I was overcome with grief and fury. Not just for her, but for the truth that was stolen from us.
Sure.
I swore to even the scales once more, even if I had to become a god
Because you understand everything. Okay.
The matron of Ravens not only destroyed her,
Did
but
she?
eliminated every trace of her from
Did
existence.
she?
Is a spiteful god worth dying for.
Aren't you a spiteful god? Or wannabe?
Your fate nears. Champion.
Oh, now you come?
Riddles. Speak plainly.
Right?
For once.
Jeez, you're not cryptic.
All you need know is that your future beckons you toward Thar Amphala. My gift shall protect you in the battle ahead.
Mmm.
None of us have a death wish.
And yet death is your destiny. You've been preparing for it since our bargain was struck.
That's half true.
You will confront the Whispered One. He will meet his end. As will you.
Damn!
Leading to its inexorable conclusion, my herald. My right hand. My champion.
Don't touch me! That doesn't feel good.
Vax?
So if she takes...
We have to find the others.
If he takes the curse cure, then maybe that's going to mess things up from the sounds of things, so we can't take it.
I realize you're under tremendous pressure, but I just wanted to say thank you.
That's a married person's bedroom.
He wouldn't dare.
He dares. It's rough because I actually do see both sides of the argument of not opening the portal again.
Does this mean you're ready to take the elixir?
Can't do it.
Oh, not yet, but keep it close.
Yeah.
You will have to trust me.
Something about it, I think, is either maybe it's a counteracting agent to the Whispered One's magic.
Rescue Pike, close the orb behind us, and pray we don't get obliterated by a mad sorcerer god.
Love it.
I've lost so much too.
Everyone
This
has.
isn't about grief, Pike.
Isn't it?
Or
A little bit of revenge?
I'm fighting for
Okay.
the right to control our own fate.
That's not okay. Then why do you need a cult?
They were sacrificial lambs.
Sure.
Each one, even your Everlight. It is our worship that keeps them in power, fueling them. They offer their version of truth and cast all others
Like
aside.
you? Like you?
You can shine a light on their hypocrisy.
Me? What is that?
You are special, Pike.
Mm-hmm.
The gods used Ezra and discarded her when she served her purpose. Her blood flows through your veins and is the key to sealing me away forever or helping me ascend.
Your decision, Pike. Kill him.
Everlight said you could choose your own path, yet they all lead to the same end. The illusion of free will. A real choice.
No, because if you don't do what he wants, he will kill you too. Like, okay.
You'd risk the lives of everyone in Whitestone
Yes.
for just one person.
Yes.
Not one person. For Pike.
Just hand over those amulets.
Damn, when you gotta fight your own.
Damn it!
Get them back!
Stand down!
Fighting again?
I wouldn't try anything if I were you.
Really? Don't let the flirting throw you off, Tarrington. He flirts with everybody.
Got him. Oh, we'll apologize later.
Yep, we asked for forgiveness, not permission.
Wait, there's only 4?
You honor me with your disbelief, but I'm not going with you. You always said I got in the way, right? I know real heroes when I see them. Now bring back our friends.
He's not really the fighting type. He's much more the guy in the chair kind.
The Last Stand of Terry and Everington. Oh, great title.
That is a great title.
Jody, take this down!
That being his line is crazy.
I need more time.
My followers are ready. Forces gather against me. I'm afraid time is in short supply.
Aren't you pressuring me
What
like
if
the
I say
gods? Exactly. What if I say no?
Choose to strike me down, and my crusade will be at an end.
This is all a ploy, Pike.
Fallen friends will remain so. Or, together, we will save them,
Have you seen the people that he so-called saved? Do they look human to you?
ensuring no one endures.
Or
the
elf,
loss
or
you
whatever they are? Death is a part of life.
have. Well, Pike,
Will you help me?
No. Self-exit, please.
Brother, your armor.
The blight. It feels different. Better.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't a curse.
Still, how are we supposed to find Pike out there?
She's always had faith.
Head to the tower. It's always a tower. All right, and that's where we are for now. Okay, guys, well, that was episode 10, and we now have the Whispered One side of the story. I did not think that the priest we saw was the actual Whispered One. I thought he was an agent of the Whispered One, but that makes more sense, right? It's easier to manipulate people when you appear as an angel of light, right? If he looked the way he looked in that flashback that Pike had, I think that people would be a lot less prone to wanting to follow him. But yeah, hearing his side of the story, which is only fair, right? He wasn't... Okay, so here's my thing with the Whispered One. He was definitely giving some truths, but a lot of it is skewed with the exact same logic that he is telling Pike is the reason why she shouldn't trust the gods, right? Every god is coming from their own perspective of what they believe to be right and wrong in the order of things. Now, we know so little about the other gods, and that's in this show. I mean, for those who are more aware with the D&D world or what happens in, with Critical Role and the way they do it, but in the show, they really haven't given us much, right? The Everlight's the one goddess or god that we've seen the most of, and then a bit of the matron, but we don't know anything about the other ones. They don't talk about it a lot in the show, so we really don't know what their philosophies are, what they stand for, or if they all work together. But from the sounds of what the Whispered One is saying, they did work together, at least at least in the sense of believing that there is a general hierarchical order of things that should not be touched or tampered with, and that if you try to do that, it's a taboo and we got to end it, right? So clearly we see that with the Whispered One, he was very overcome with grief. He hated the idea of death, and he sought to see if there was any way to stop it, because it is mankind's biggest enemy, right? It's the thing that comes first of all. Doesn't matter how rich or poor or smart or any of the things in this world that you might be, the one thing that humbles all of us is that we're all going to end up in the same place. And if we could defeat that, if we could stop it, the world would be a much different place. Lord knows where we would be if we didn't have to have our lives ended after what's really a relatively short amount of time. So it's understandable that he would try to tackle this. And then he said he met a woman. And I'm like I said, it's always the Eve complex, right? It's always the woman who tempts the man. But anyways, he met a woman who was in the same mindset. And apparently the two of them figured out that there were ways to bring people back. But I think that the show has been very clear in letting us know that these resurrected ones are not okay. They're not human. They're not the way they used to be. This is not a life. And my guess is that there's way more side effects that are not being looked at. Like, for example, humans, we need to procreate, right? That's how we continue to create more generations. We make babies. There's no other way to make us at the moment. And in Vox Machina's world, I don't think that they've got cloning, but even then, is that really procreation, or is that just, creating the same world over and over? But digressing, do these resurrected ones, are they still able to have babies? Do they still grow old? The kids grow, if kids are die and they're brought back, do they grow up the same way, or are they locked in that way that they were at the time of death, right? Because that's no longer their real form anymore. When they come back, it's shown, like they show that their skin, the pallor of it's not right. Their eyes don't look okay. Like they don't seem like all the people I've seen who have rezzed, not one of them looks happy, fulfilled, normal. Like it's very much giving that this is not a true state of living again. It's very much giving slightly more intelligent zombie, right? And I think these are the lies that the Whispered One is keeping to himself and not sharing with his cultists before they make these sacrifices. And once they've made the sacrifice, it's too late, right? But anyways, I believe that him and his mistress, they figured out this way to bring people back, but they never got to get far enough to recognize that it wasn't the true solution. And this is when the gods stepped in and were like, hey, there's a natural balance of things that we have. And part of that is the circle of life, right? The cycle of life. Everything that lives must die, right? And then things are born again. That's even in nature. Nothing in nature lasts forever. We constantly have a shifting and a birth and death and rebirth of things over and over again. So to break this balance has got ripple effects that I'm fairly certain the Whispered One has absolutely no concept of. And before he could figure that out, it looks like, he was, again, this is his rendition, he was stopped abruptly. And my guess is that, with this woman who was taken from the matron, there's definitely a little side story in there that we're not getting. I think that's his perception of what happened, is that she just disappeared and the matron took her and erased her existence. But what if, I got two theories on this. Either one, she knew the truth. Like maybe the matron or someone took her aside and said, hey, this is why what y'all doing is messed up and you need to stop. And she believed it. And she was like, you know what? You're right. And then she wanted to stop it. And then the whispered one was like, no, I don't believe it. Cause like he wanted to become a god himself. He was like, no, I see the potential of where this could lead and I don't want to stop here. And then maybe something happened there. That's one possibility. Cause he doesn't seem very broken up about it. Like despite him saying this is the love of his life, etc., it's a little too detached for me. Like, unlike, look at Delilah as a great polar opposite example of someone who did lose the love of their life and their obsession and how that fueled what she is now. I don't get that from the whispered one talking about whoever this woman is, who he doesn't even give a name, right? Normally you name the person that's worthy of your obsession. It's just the woman. So it's giving that something's disconnected there. But anyway, that's one theory. The other theory is that it was the matron. Maybe the matron wanted to have a little human experience, decided to walk the planet for a while. Maybe she had questions about mortality and maybe she became a little too invested in humanity and was like, you know, I always have to look at these fates and all this stuff. It's depressing. Let me just walk on Earth for a bit and see what it'd be like. And maybe I can help them out. But then she realized very quickly that in helping out this human, it went sideways in a house, right? Sideways, you know, in a handbasket. And by the time she figured it out, she was like, okay, I can't stop him. He's done too much. He's amassed too much. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like he didn't just stumble onto this magic that was so crazy. I feel like someone directed him there, and maybe only someone with a god, or sorry, the god behind them or godlike power is what led him to being able to figure out that he could do this power in the first place. And then the matron, when she realized things had gone too bad and gone too far with him and she couldn't pull him back, she just disappeared and tried to make it seem like she was never there. And now this is her trying to fix her mistake after all these years, because banishing him was one option, but you know, now it's coming back. I don't know. That's kind of out there. It's not fully formed, but that's kind of what I'm thinking maybe is a possibility, because the matron's not somebody to just kidnap people, right? Not like that. Like from what we've seen of her, she gets consent for things. So I think that maybe that my second theory is closer to being the truth, but maybe that's out there. I don't know. It might be really far-fetched, but that's what I'm thinking is going on. Something of that ilk is probably happening. But anyways, now we know that basically that's the reason why the gods felt the need to stop them. They didn't intervene themselves, which is the part that's very interesting. And that's the other reason I feel like there might be more to this woman, because I'm like, the gods have the ability to literally they could have taken him out. Like, especially between them, there's no reason they couldn't have made the quick work of the whispered one, unless there was something protecting him or something in his powers that he'd been, you know, that he'd acquired via this woman that didn't allow them to take him out as easily as they wanted to. I don't know. Could also be God rules too. Maybe they're not allowed to like directly smite people. But anyway, we find out this is the whole reason why he was banished, and you know, him telling it from his side of the story is that basically, I just want to stop death. I want to stop suffering. So nobody has to deal with losing anybody ever again. That's all I want. But it's not, right? Even in the vision, it showed that he kind of thought, like, that little line that he thought was such a throwaway one, even if I have to become a god myself. Is that not really what this is about, though? Is that not what it's really about? It sounds like you just want the power of the gods. You got a taste of it. This woman who is nameless gave you a taste of it and you got greedy and you didn't want to stop. That's what it's giving. Because why do you need followers? Why do you need a cult? Why do they have to sacrifice their eyes for you? Why do they have to chant? All these things are in formulation of religion and worship of one person, you. You say this is for everyone, then why isn't it about everyone? Why are you elevating yourself above everybody else? Why not teach everybody what you learned? Why not make everybody the same as you? Why do you get to hold that power alone unless you want to be a god? Maybe that's what it's really about. So anyways, you know, he weaved his tale. And as I said, I'm not complete. Like I think there's elements of truth to it. Like, yes, the grief of losing people, how that drove him to his quest in the first place, the unfairness of death, all those things, the motivation, how it can make you not think clearly. All of that's very believable. But from that point forward, I think there's a lot of things he's skewed to make his story seem like boo-hoo, poor me. And this is what he's used. He's used this commonality that humans experience if we are, you know, our brains work right. We all experience grief at some point, right? All of us lose people we love at some point, and it's horrible. And most of us, of course, if someone came tomorrow and said, hey, I have a way of making sure that no one dies anymore from this point, or even more so, as we've seen here, I can bring that person back. Of course, a lot of people, particularly in the throes of their grief, would agree to that, right? And so it's just like, he's just been finding his core audience. Delilah, again, her magical abilities tied with her obsession with not losing someone she loved is, made her a very powerful ally. And I do believe that her work is very much tied into why he's able to apparate in front of people and, travel between planes as much as he is. So yeah, we kind of got his side of the story. And of course, he's pitching to Pike. But I think he is telling the truth about Pike having to willingly give her blood in order to open up this dimension he's trapped in. Because I do believe her ancestor had to do that to close the dimension open and close it the first time. And sadly, I think it took so much of her that, it killed her. So he's basically saying to her, hey, you let me out and I'll because of course, putting Grog right there in front of her, as I said at the beginning of the episode, if there's anything that's going to break Pike, it's going to be the idea that she can get Grog and possibly even Pop back. But I hope that she, being the woman of faith she has been for a long time, and someone who's not the youngest either, that she understands that the cycle of life, while painful, is there for a reason. There's a balance. And while obviously it sucks to lose people that you care about, bringing Grog back or her Pop back to be this army of minions that these people are is not a life at all. That's not what is, and that's not for them. It would be for Pike, right? And so I'm hoping she'll remember that, and that's something she'll come to. But I understand that in the moment she's so packed full of grief. And last episode, they made a good point of showing us that she's been pushing her grief down and not dealing with those emotions. So it definitely puts her in a very volatile position and very vulnerable. But as I said, this is never as clear as it's, he's making it seem like it's a very benevolent, easy, oh, I'm going to let you do what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you. You have to give it willingly, blah, blah, blah. BS. I do think that she has to give it willingly, or there has to be something involved with her giving it, but he's come too close. There's no way he's letting her leave. So my guess is that if she does say no before the rest of the crew shows up, it's going to be threatens, right? It's going to be, okay, well, if you don't give it to me this way, here's your friends, right? So it's going to come to a head, unfortunately, and we'll have to see how it's all handled. But yeah, interesting to hear that side of the story anyways, and get a little more ideas as to why the Whispered One is doing this. And also the throwback to last season about how the dude that they trapped down there with the card game spun all this off, basically because he too feels like, we're two people who screwed over the gods, or got screwed over by the gods because we tried to poke at them, and now we're suffering for it. So again, is that Pike's fault? Not necessarily, but of course, homie had to make it seem that way to add to her guilt. But yeah, on the other side of things, there really wasn't too much. It was more of just figuring out how to get back to the other side. We see that the council did not want Vox Machina to open up the portal again. As I said, I completely understood their answer. Like, as I said, greater good. It doesn't make sense to endanger everybody on the planet to get back one person. But, for Vox Machina, that's family. And there's no question. And yeah, like they've risked worse. They've already risked worse to protect each other or to save each other. So yeah, I guess the main thing is that none of them would have been able to just move on with life, right? Like everybody else in the council, yeah, they could be like, they'll be honored forever. Yeah, we'll keep them in our heart. We'll put up a statue or two. Vox Machina would never be able to live with that, right? They knew that every single one of them would never sleep at night, okay, knowing that they didn't at least try to get Pike back. So, they did what they had to do. Tarrington, he's part of the crew for real, even getting his speech and everything. I love that he knew his limits. He's like, you know what? I'll hold down the fort here because I know that if I'm in that place, I'm not the guy, right? We've seen he kind of freezes under pressure when it comes to a big fight. So yeah, I think that's perfectly fine that he's going to hold the fort down to keep people from sealing them inside, right? Because I think that's going to happen. Since they couldn't stop them from going in, I feel like if they try to get to the orb now, they'll probably try to stop anyone from coming back out. So good for Tarrington. We love that he's finally found his place amongst the group. So, and then I guess the other little thing is that, yes, finally, as I was right about, well, not right, but I mean confirmed anyways, that the plague that Vax has is actually something that works better inside of this realm. So I guess outside the realm, it's a bane, as we saw, but inside the realm, as the matron said, it's a protection. But she also said, this is another big part of it, I guess, is that she told Vax that, well, like she said, all your fates end in death, which like I said, that's where all roads lead. But she said for you, you have to be the one to take out the whispered one. And it's going to be, it's not like you're going to walk away. You're both going down. Like that's basically what you were chosen for. And her excuse was basically like, weren't you preparing to die since you traded your life for your sisters? And that is somewhat true, right? Vax, at least back then, Vax was more than willing to die for Vex. He has a little more to live for now. That was before Keyleth, before being in love, before experiencing that. Maybe now he wouldn't be so quick to give up his life. But in the end, I don't think he has any regrets. And, you know, as much as it's not fun to hear, again, I think if there's any way that Vax would want to go out, it would be protecting not only his sister, but everyone that he loves. So if that is in fact the prophecy we got, it's the prophecy we got. So yeah, it was a good episode. Gave us a little bit more context on our enemy finally, and now we kind of know where we're going towards the finale. So I enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.